Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here again with Success Training, and welcome to Quick Cash Methods. I have a ton of extremely valuable and powerful information for you guys in this presentation, so we're just going to go ahead and get right into it this time. So, what are we going to cover in this training session? There's so many different things that we're going to cover. We're going to talk about the best ways to make quick cash with Social Media Massacre, how to take this method and turn it into a profitable business, and how to use arbitrage to make these methods particularly powerful, all while reducing workload. So as you guys are going to see, by the time you guys get through this video, you're going to be like, wow, I had no idea that half of these places even existed, let alone I can make money from doing these things. So the first thing that I want to talk about, when I originally launched Social Media Massacre, I had an upsell product. It was an ebook for a Fiverr business plan using this. And I just want you guys to understand that Fiverr and SEO Clerk are both two of the most powerful online marketplaces available, and they are not only good for selling services, but buying services arbitrage style. If you don't know what arbitrage basically allows you to take advantage of a price difference. For example, if somebody is looking to buy a Kindle ebook cover on Craigslist for $150, you can go to Fiverr and have one professionally made, really high quality one for $5 to $10, send it to them and collect the $140, basically only acting as a middleman. So these are very powerful tools, for doing that. So once again, you guys are going to want to look into possibly selling your services. There are tons of Fiverr gigs that sell for as much as $40, some for hundreds of dollars. And you can easily make this work by taking advantage of the outsourcing module that I have already provided on how to get cheap penny employees to do all of the work with Social Media Massacre. But the good news is that if you can take advantage of other modules that I had provided with Social Media Massacre, such as the SEO module, the trending module, you can actually offer these services and you could even offer them up to several $1,000s on Fiverr and SEO Clerk. Small businesses would love to get their hashtag trending on Twitter. Who wouldn't? Website owners and business owners are always looking for quick SEO, so the SEO module is excellent for doing that. So once you guys perfect those methods and you provide social proof of you doing that, you can totally hit up Fiverr and SEO Clerk and go any which way with that. But there are tons of different ways to make money with just Fiverr and SEO Clerk with Social Media Massacre. And the first one of those is by selling social media interactions. Facebook likes, Twitter followers, Twitter retweets, Twitter favorites, SoundCloud plays, YouTube hits. Whatever you want to do, is the sky's the limit with this. So, what I really recommend that you guys do is to build your own website offering your Fiverr services, whatever you choose to do, and really promote the heck out of it. There are a couple of forums out there. You can do a simple Google search looking for Fiverr communities where you can promote your Fiverr gigs and start getting tons of traffic to these gigs. One thing that you're going to want to do for a pricing strategy, you're probably wondering, well, how do I know how much to charge somebody on Fiverr? Basically, the only thing you need to do is you need to find similar gigs to what you're offering and then be as competitive as possible. You definitely want to advertise, I'm the cheapest and most powerful Fiverr gig within this category. People will definitely eat that up. However, if you're doing, a trending or an SEO gig of this nature, then you may be one of the first to the scene, and you may have some testing and researching and experimenting to do with what price points work best for you. I always recommend starting it obviously at $5 and then increasing it by $10 to $15 for each gig bonus. When I was doing Fiverr full time, I had actually built out a complete website that was basically functioned as my own e-commerce store, and when they clicked on the product, it would redirect them to the Fiverr gig where it would explain everything right there. I did some promotion on YouTube for these Fiverr gigs that worked very well for me. What you can do is you can go to Google Keyword Research Tool and you can find which searches are getting the most traffic. Remember that YouTube is owned by Google, so Google gives priority to YouTube videos. So if you can find a commonly searched keyword for example, how do I get more Twitter followers for under $10? you can make a YouTube video of that and reap all of the traffic from that keyword. And all the YouTube video is going to do is give them a link to your Fiverr gig. So these tiny little tactics like that are key to making Fiverr super profitable. As I always tell people, Fiverr is not very profitable on the $5 end, but the great news about Social Media Massacre is that you can provide amazing value to your clients, and you can sell really powerful services that could even sell up into trending alone can sell up into the tens and hundreds of thousands of dollar range because of how powerful that is, as well as viral marketing. So once again, guys, be sure to show proof. Be sure to build yourself a website for your Fiverr gig. If you choose to get outsourcers, make sure that you check out my outsourcing module for Social Media Massacre. Just make sure that you have all of this planned out and mapped out so that you'll be 100% good to go. And here's a picture that I provided of a Fiverr gig. This is just an example. This is definitely not the top selling one out there. But this guy is offering 75 Facebook shares and 75 Twitter tweets for $5. Now, even without an outsourcer, this is something that could easily be accomplished in, I would say, probably 15 minutes of building AdMe Fast points. And basically all you're going to want to do is go into AdMe Fast under the Add Site, Edit Site area. You're going to want to add Facebook post share and Twitter tweets, fill out the information that the client has provided to you, and you'll be good to go. Just screenshot your proof and send it along and collect your money. But as you can see, this guy actually has 7 days on average. I don't see really any reason why this would need 7 days. In fact, you would probably have much better luck by being competitive and offering an express delivery within 24 hours. But once again, guys, this is just an example, and I just wanted to show you that people are out here doing it. They're making a ton of money doing it. Another one is Craigslist. And many small businesses search Craigslist daily for their business needs. This is something that, people are constantly looking for cheap labor and cheap alternatives, not trying to spend a lot of money. There's a lot of people out there that, even though you guys understand now how to provide social media services, there's many people that just don't know how to do that. And they don't know, they think that that's something that costs thousands of dollars, and it's really not. So this is where you guys step in and fill that gap. So Craigslist is definitely a very powerful one. I always recommend trying to start locally, maybe even calling around to businesses and possibly trying to get some actual contracts, telling people, hi, my name is, for example, I would call and say, hi, my name is Phil Steptoe, I'm a social media expert. I'm also a university student, because I was calling around to local businesses. And you'd be surprised at how many people said, oh, that's great, yeah, what can you do for me? And, I would just explain the pricing. I would charge anywhere from $35 up to $100 for social media campaigns, and basically just build as many relationships as possible. However, you can also take this to the national and international levels. On Craigslist, you can go to any major city out there, basically in the United States, and I believe Craigslist also has an international directory as well. So you can be hitting every single major city out there and putting yourself on the map, providing tons of services. Like I say, guys, be careful though of how many ads you're posting up. You're going to get a ton of emails about this, because this is a huge market. This is something that there have been news articles, news reports over how quickly this business is growing. People are constantly looking to build up their social media accounts. As I was trained by my mentor, and he was trained by his mentor, people who do not embrace social media and technology in general will be left behind within the next 5 years. Many businesses will vanish that do not have social media accounts. So that is one thing that you can definitely argue inside of your advertisement copy. And remember, guys, that you can buy these interactions on Fiverr and SEO Clerk if you absolutely don't have time to build up AdMe Fast points, and you can turn around arbitrage style and sell them to Craigslist clients. You can also, another thing that I've had luck with is actually having an entry price point of around 35 to, like I said, $35 to $100, and then bumping it up to $300 to $500 of teaching them how to access Fiverr, what kind of gigs to look for, how to use AdMe Fast, how to use really blow their social media marketing efforts through the roof. So once again, guys, remember that you can access these arbitrage style methods using Fiverr and SEO Clerk. And here is a picture of, this is in Galveston, Texas. This is not locally. I was just browsing and actually stumbled across this, and I was just, floored, because I was like, wow, this is exactly the kind of evidence that people need to see that this stuff is selling. So this is a great example of ad copy for this as well. They have a nice little graphic that they've made there. If you don't know how to make a graphic, once again, turn around and write to Fiverr, and get somebody to make that for you. But this is a great price point. They're offering a great service, 5,000 real Twitter followers. That's something in AdMeFast that could be done in easily a few hours. If you, this is another thing I wanted to talk about with you guys, is you guys are probably wondering, well, I don't really have time to sit there, or I'd rather have somebody else do it, and I don't feel like hiring an outsourcer. Well, as I say in the outsourcing module, you can buy AdMeFast points and social media exchange points extremely cheap, guys. They're like $5 for as many as 50,000 points. So you could potentially knock out 10, 15 gigs with just one purchase with that. So be sure to keep that in mind when you're doing this. The next one, and this is one of my favorites, I definitely recommend that you guys only do trending and viral marketing services with this. You definitely aren't going to want to sell simple social media interactions. Many people on these websites are both aware of how to, there's tons of marketers out there who know how to get Facebook likes, Twitter followers. Those aren't the real hot selling ones. There's definitely a market for that, but there's a much larger market for reaching out to businesses and providing trending and viral marketing services. But these two sites that I'm obviously already ahead of the game in talking about are the Warrior Forum and Digital Point. One of these, I would assume that you would already know what the Warrior Forum is from purchasing this product in the first place. But if you don't, the Warrior Forum is a very, very popular, I would argue it's the #1 internet marketing community in the world. There's a huge market there for selling services as well as products. That's how you found this product. So once again, go on the Warrior Forum. There is a section on the Warrior Forum called Warriors for Hire. It is by far one of the most powerful and simple places to advertise a service and make a killing. There are people that have $20,000 per month plus businesses from just the Warrior Forum alone. So the power of arbitrage on the Warrior Forum is something that you can really knock it out of the park with. Just please be sure that you are only providing a quality and honest service. Be very transparent and provide social proof when you're offering these services. And the next one is, I would argue this is the second most powerful place to market these services, and that is Digital Point. Digital Point has been one of the most active internet marketing communities for a very long time now. It's not quite as old as the Warrior Forum, but it is still definitely up there. It's very powerful, and I've included a link below to Digital Point in case you don't know how to get there. I've also included a link to the Warrior Forum back on the previous slide, so jump back, I'd say about 30 seconds if you don't know how to get to the Warrior Forum section. So this is one of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite, and it is Cashfly. And what Cashfly is it is an interstitial advertising network. These are basically paid URL shorteners. You guys have seen these all over the place. You'll recognize them. If you've ever heard of AdFly, you'll basically click on somebody's link and an ad will pop up for about 5 to 10 seconds. And once you have finished viewing that ad, you're able to proceed wherever the link was originally going to send you. But this allows you to make as much as, literally, it starts at about 1 cent per click. It can go up to as much as 10 cents per click, even as much as I've actually seen 20 cents per click. And this depends obviously on the quality of the traffic you're sending them, as well as the country of origin of the click. So once again, you guys can definitely test this out. And then this is the great thing about Social Media Massacre and you being able to actually target different countries by including hashtags. So think about how powerful that is. As I say here, the payment goes as high as $55 for 1,000 visitors. That's incredible. I mean, that's something that you could, if you can generate $55 per day by sending, super high quality traffic to these networks, then that's basically payment of a full time job. That's solid income, guys. $55 per day is, that's 300 and something, for almost $400 per week, and that's $1,600 plus per month. So that's quite a bit of chunk of change. But either way, even if you don't target countries, I'm actually going to show you in the next few slides what I did in my case study. You can just spend a few hours sending traffic on autopilot to these networks, and you will be rewarded handsomely for not doing much or basically any work whatsoever. And basically, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use AdMeFast, Link Collider, and as many other networks as possible to send traffic to these links. Now, if you're wondering, well, Phil, I don't know where to get any more social exchange sites. Well, the good news for you is that I provided a list of over 60 with the original Social Media Massacre product. So go refer to that and just really build up as many of these sites as possible and start sending huge amounts of traffic. You could definitely potentially earn far, far more than I ever did with this. So just take that into consideration. And remember that if you have multiple computers in your house, you can use this on each one of them to send more and more and more traffic, and in turn make more money on autopilot. So here it is. This is the screenshot. This is something that I just gotten off the phone with my mentor, and I was shocked at how powerful this was. This was actually, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was just excited to see how powerful this was. This was only one site. I used linkcollider.com. I used their auto surf method, and I sent tons of impressions. You guys can see I only sent 124 impressions that registered here, and that's nearly $6. That's incredible. So if you're able to send thousands of impressions per day, well, you can make a full-time income doing this. So I mean, this is definitely, the sky's the limit, guys. Just make sure you're sending as much quality traffic as possible. Remember that this method is geared for the autopilot approach, so you're definitely going to want to send as much, social media exchange, auto surf traffic as possible. I also include some social network clicks in there as well, so that I can target countries that tend to pay well. So once again, this is sky's the limit. You choose how much you make with that. The next one we're on to is selling AdMeFast points, and you're like, wow, really? Well, since the launch of Social Media Massacre, we've built a community of nearly 1,000 strong. Years from now, this product is probably going to have thousands and thousands and thousands of people using it all the time. So this new market has created a massive demand for not only AdMeFast points, but other social exchange points as well. Link Collider, there's tons and tons and tons of different networks that you can build points for and make a ton of money doing it. Remember that AdMeFast alone at this current time charges $10 for about 1,500 points. Now that's not a lot of points. That's a lot of money to pay for just a little bit of points. So if you can spend an hour and make 5,000 points and turn around and sell them for $20 or $30, you could spend all day doing that. Or once again, you can outsource that and you can sell that for $20, $30. So give people a discount, show them, what they're going to get. Maybe give them test access to prove that you're not, a shovel seller, or you're just trying to get their money and skip town. But AdMeFast points is a great way to make money using this system. And you can definitely sell these using Fiverr and SEO clerks. You can also feel free to hop in my Facebook group that I have on the thank you page for Social Media Massacre. Advertise your services. Advertise, hey, I'm selling AdMeFast points. Anybody interested? There you go. That's a complete community in and of itself where you're welcome to advertise your services for that. But if you are using Fiverr and SEO clerks, just a good way to find AdMeFast gig pricing is, like I say, just find other AdMeFast gigs and find their pricing and beat it, or add just a little more value. And make sure that's known. Make sure that in your title of your gigs you are telling people it's the best value on Fiverr. people love that. People come to Fiverr in the first place for the value they receive. And the next one we're on to is paid per tweet, and this one is extremely powerful. I mean, literally powerful to the point where approach with caution because you're going to get hooked on building followers for doing this. But for those of you who don't know what paid per tweet is, it's an awesome network that allows you to sell tweets for other people. Some large businesses will actually approach you while using the site to advertise their product, and you earn a commission for sending out, depending on how many of your followers view or click or interact with that tweet. So once again, if you have 1 million followers, you can easily get up into the thousands of dollars range with this service alone. And I have definitely seen tweets that price way upwards of $3,000. I've seen $10,000. I've seen $15,000 for millions and millions and millions of people. But you're going to want to build as many followers for this to work. You're going to want to really build up a legitimate, awesome, powerful social network using social media Massacre. You're definitely not going to want to just start sending lousy traffic from an auto hit exchange or anything like that. You're definitely going to want to provide the real deal by building a very strong account using Social Media Massacre. So Social Media Massacre is a great place to start for this one. But as I say, guys, be careful. You're going to get absolutely hooked on building followers for this because this can be a serious moneymaker. There's many people that make a ton of money with paid per tweet alone. So there's also another one called My Likes, which I actually haven't included in the presentation. Feel free to check out My Likes in Google. It's actually a website that will pay you each time you have somebody click on your link. So if you have a tweet and you put a link in there, they'll pay you 10 cents, 20 cents, $1 per interaction with your social share. So once again, guys, powerful little secrets here with this, and I hope that I want to hear some amazing testimonials with this. Go out and take action. Start earning some money online right now. And just make sure that you are providing a quality service no matter what you do. Be honest and transparent, and always over deliver. That's really the key to online success, guys. I can't express. I'm somebody that earns up into the six-figure range, so I'm not going to say how much. I don't want to brag or anything like that. It's definitely nothing to crazy brag over, but always over deliver and provide value. And if you do that, you will be successful whether you like it or not. So once again, let's go over some quick success tips. As I always say, don't stick with just one system. You always want to branch out and use as many different streams of traffic as possible for maximum earning potential. Remember that traffic is the real key to the lock of success. So, I mean, it doesn't matter whether you've got the greatest service in the world. If people don't know about it, it's just not going to sell. It's just the end. That's the end of the road with that. And as I said a second ago, be honest and transparent with whatever you're offering and show proof when you're selling a service. You definitely don't want to go around to businesses telling them you're going to trend them for $5,000. They pay you $5,000 and you don't follow through with the service. That's a great way to destroy your reputation and possibly get yourself into some serious trouble. But once again, guys, this is a super powerful module, and I want to hear some amazing testimonials. This is, once again, there's stuff in here that I've probably left out. So you guys need to go out there, take action, really figure out how to leverage Social Media Massacre to really take advantage of the internet marketing world and start bringing you some serious cash. This is something that's very powerful, guys. And I realize it more, every day. I don't think even I fully understand how powerful this is. I actually had somebody tell me at one time that this entire system could be put into a training course and sold for thousands and thousands of dollars because of how powerful it is. So I want to see you guys go out there and, like I say, take action, picture your success, and get results, guys. But thank you so much for joining me for these presentations, and be sure to reach out to me if you have any support questions. You guys have access to my help desk as well as my support email, so don't be afraid to reach out to me with that. But until next time, guys, best of luck and take care. Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here again. Welcome back to Success Training, and this is the conversions module. This is definitely one of the more important and crucial modules because it teaches you how to really harness the power of Social Media Massacre and put it into action. But let's go ahead and dive right on in. So, what are we going to cover in this training section? The first thing I'm going to go over is what are conversions and why are they important? Conversions are really the key to online success. You can have as much traffic as you want, you can have as many visitors as you want, as many leads, but if you can't convert those, then it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. I'm also going to talk about what you need to maximize conversions. There are definitely several things you're going to need to really increase your chances of getting conversions, as well as how to separate low quality conversions from high quality conversions. I'm also finally going to talk about the best ways to get conversions with Social Media Massacre, and obviously this extends over into many other traffic sources. So, what are conversions and why are they important? Well, like I said, conversions are what truly separates successful businesses from failed businesses. And a conversion is the process of turning a complete stranger into an investigator and later a buyer and promoter. And with any method, it's very important to set up a proper sales funnel and squeeze page so that you can maximize your conversions. For those of you who don't know what a squeeze page is, a squeeze page is one of those pages that will ask you for your email address in return for something. For example, if you've ever seen one of those pages that has an empty box where you can insert your email, it has a submit button below, and then above it will have a phrase such as discover how I make $50 per day online. That's a squeeze page. So even if you're using quality traffic, AdWords, Bing ads, Facebook traffic, you're not going to get many conversions without the proper things in place. And I'll go ahead and let you know that I have provided some success tools with this module to get you off the ground as soon as possible. So you guys don't have to go out and build a squeeze page. I've already built. So what do you need to maximize conversions? The first thing you guys are going to need is a website. A website is going to serve as the hub and the real center of all of your marketing efforts, so I really recommend that you have one. The biggest reason you're going to want to have one is because you need your own place to host squeeze and landing pages. Many mailing list providers like Aweber, MailChimp, and GetResponse will allow you to host pages on their own servers. The problem with this is that you really don't have the complete control that you would have by having your own website. So once again, guys, if you don't have one, that's completely fine. It's not going to cost you a lot of money or take a lot of time. I have provided a link in the link list section of this module on how to build a website really quickly and for really cheap. So be sure to check that out. The next thing you're going to need is a squeezer landing page. If you don't know how to make one, that's completely fine. As I said a minute ago, I have provided some ready-to-use templates in this module so you guys can get up and running immediately. I have also included a 20-minute long advanced training video to help you guys get off the ground and being able to make your own squeeze and landing pages. It's also really important to have a highly converting page. And once again, the templates I've provided have done this for you, but it's really important to eventually be able to implement your own strategies to increase conversions. And the biggest thing, as I say in the advanced training video that comes with this module, the most important and valuable aspect of a highly converting page would probably be video. And video has been proven for years to increase conversions by as much as 200-300%, as much as 1,000%. So you guys can find some great tutorials on YouTube on how to make a great sales video or an opt-in video. There are also many WordPress tools for this. The next thing that you're going to want to be sure of is that you don't look spammy. Be sure to check out the branding module and really understand what I mean by looking professional and really giving people that full experience that they need to really involve themselves in not only your websites but your products as well. So be sure to look professional, look like the real deal, be legitimate, and build out your social profiles. I can assure you guys, as an experienced marketer myself, that trust is the most important aspect of marketing, and it is the difference between tons of conversions and no conversions. In other words, it's the difference between making a lot of money and making nothing. And spamming will also put your social accounts at risk. Once again, as I always say, I don't advocate spamming at all. So please do not do that. So, what's the best way to get conversions with this method? Plain and simple, guys, list building. And for those of you who are scared of building a list or think that it's really hard, it's really not. And list building gives you a lot of leverage. There's a reason why so many online marketers love list building. And the reason why you want to build a list is because you need to understand that if you can capture one visitor on your page and you can show them something 6 or 7 times, you have a nearly 90% higher chance of obtaining their information again, whether it's a CPA offer or a sale, than you would if they were just passing through as a random visitor. So once again, guys, list building allows you to really collect your traffic and really be able to harness the power of that and hit them with repeat offers. As my mentor told me, it requires 6 or 7 times really to hit somebody with an offer before they pick it up and run with it. So this is the beauty of list building and why list building functions so well for me with Social Media Massacre. If you guys saw my screenshot of my ClickBank earnings with this method, that is because I built a list with this method. So it's also important to offer a free gift, and cheap PLR works very well. If you don't know what PLR is, it stands for private label rights, and what this allows you to do is purchase content and slap your name on it. It's something that you can literally purchase for as low as $2 to $3. So you're going to want to give them this free gift or this cheap PLR in return for them signing up. And make sure that your offer follows your medium. For example, on your squeeze page, you need to let somebody know that you need their email address to send them their free gift. So you don't want to make it seem like you're selling emails or you're doing anything that's sketchy or shady, because in today's world, people are extremely careful with not only their wallets, but their email addresses, their phone numbers, anything that's their personal information. And, most people just really do not trust email submits nowadays due to just the massive explosion in spam and, like I said a second ago, list selling. So make sure that you're appearing to be very trustworthy. Another thing I always recommend is to have a notice on your page that states that you do not sell people's information, that they're completely safe by giving their information to you. So, as I say in the original video, make sure that you're testing different headlines, profile pictures, and hashtags. This is the biggest trick that you can ever do, the most powerful thing you can ever do with this method to really knock the socks off of it. And you're going to want to track your results every single time. And it's really, really easy to do this. You don't need any expensive software, or you don't need anything crazy like that. All you need is just to create a separate goo.gl link every time you do it. So just be sure to track. You can even take a pen and paper and track what's working best for you. And once you find what works, make sure that you stick with that and focus on further improving it. Once again, guys, the conversions module here goes really hand in hand with branding, as far as looking professional and really maximizing the trust relationship that you establish with visitors. So if you guys haven't checked that out, feel free to check that out as well. But the great way to test what's working for you and your changes with your headlines and your profile pictures and hashtags is really to do split testing. So as I say, guys, track everything with a new Google URL shortened link and make sure that you are figuring out what works for you and what does not work for you. Each niche is going to be different. The next important aspect of getting conversions with Social Media Massacre is to understand what your list wants. Here's a really important tip for you guys. A buyer's list is much different than a freebies list. This is one thing that many struggling internet marketers fail to understand, is that a list that you build for free, or a list that is built off of people that have not spent money on you, is only going to respond to free or extremely low ticket items. The reason for this is because everybody loves free. I mean, ask yourself, do I love free stuff? I can nearly guarantee that you're going to say yes. And most people follow this same logic. So you're going to need to, at least if you have a free list, if you're using this method and you're building a free list, you're not building a buyer's list, hit that list with free offers. A great way to do this is by signing up for a CPA network that offers free trials in your niche. Another thing you can do is to restructure PLR and include affiliate links in your content. This will allow you to monetize all while giving out free information. This is a trick that I've been doing for a very long time to make a ton of money. So there's a little gold nugget, guys. Another thing you're going to want is to invest in an autoresponder. This is going to reduce a lot of the workload, take it completely off of your plate. So every marketer should have an autoresponder. And this will allow you to focus on getting more traffic instead of worrying about mailing your list. And I recommend that you build a 5-day autoresponder sequence. And what an autoresponder sequence is if you've ever subscribed to somebody's mailing list, you'll see an email that's day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5. This is a sequence. This allows them to have basically an email funnel set up to really harness new visitors. And try, like I said, try putting tons of affiliate links in freebies. You guys are going to be floored at how well this works for you. You can actually make a killing off of doing this on the Warrior Forum alone and including links to these freebies and your squeeze pages simply in your signature. And this is, like I say, this is something I've been doing for a very long time now. So another thing you can do, especially with this, the freebies side of things and giving out free gifts, is to approach this by writing short how-tos or top 5 reports. I've been doing how-tos for a long time now. That's what that's how that entire list that you guys saw on the sales page of Social Media Massacre was built, was from giving out how-to reports. It was a how-to report on SEO. And I included affiliate links in there as well. So these people were reading my content. I was able to draw them in and have a much higher chance of making sales by providing the content that they wanted, which was free content. So how-to guides and top 5 reports convert very well. If you're wondering what kind of freebies to make, that's a great place to start. And just remember that people always need information, guys. There's 2 types of currency in this world. There's information and there's influence. There's nothing else. So if you can provide them with a solution, you're going to make money doing it, and a lot of money. The next thing you're really going to want to do is just extend your reach. Once you're doing testing and you're split testing your squeeze pages, your landing pages, as well as your add me fast headlines, your profile pictures, your social branding, you're going to want to step outside of Twitter and Facebook. I can promise you guys that there is a world of traffic way outside of Twitter and Facebook. One that works very well is actually SoundCloud. Publishing your own podcasts and blasting them out on SoundCloud is an amazing way to get traffic. For those of you who are familiar with Pat Flynn, Pat reaps in tons of money in traffic from podcasts. He's actually one of the largest internet marketing podcasts ever. But once again, you really don't need to be on that same level with Pat Flynn to see a ton of traffic coming to you. And the good news about SoundCloud and other, unconventional approaches to obtaining traffic is that these visitors end up being a lot more involved because they have already invested themselves in listening to what you have to say. So they end up being a lot more high quality. So once again, guys, you're going to want to step out onto the Pinterest scene, the Tumblr scene. Really take advantage of the list of social media exchanges I provided to you guys with the original product, and really leverage that to reach the entire social scene. Another great one is Instagram. Instagram is actually one that marketers have been blowing up on the Warrior Forum, especially recently. With CPA offers, affiliate links, they've been making hundreds of dollars a day using Instagram. So Instagram is a great one. It's a proven track record for not only getting tons of traffic, but actually making sales as well. So there are several social media exchanges out there that allow you to use Instagram. So I really recommend that you guys take advantage of that one. And as I've said this entire presentation, guys, don't stick to one network. You guys are really going to want to go out there onto SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, Pinterest, Tumblr, Instagram. Uh, just really go out there and hit every single network that you can and do your split testing. Test which landing pages and squeeze pages work for you, which headlines, profile pictures, what branding methods work for you, and knock it out of the park. You guys, once you figure out what works and what does not work, that's personally how I have been extremely successful with this method. I've figured out what works for me and what does not work for me. So I can reproduce results every single day consistently. And once again, like I've said throughout the whole presentation, I have provided some success tools to get this up and running as fast as possible. You guys are definitely going to want to check out the templates I've provided, as well as the advanced training module that I have given you completely 100% free. I just want to make sure you guys are getting value. You guys are picturing your success and getting out there and taking action. So I really recommend that you check out the success tools and really put this into play as soon as possible. But thanks a lot, guys, for joining me for another advanced training module. I wish you guys all the best. And once again, we are just on the very, very tip of what Social Media Massacre is just capable of. So once again, guys, thanks a lot for joining me, and best of luck.